Yeah, I forgot actually to go over this video with Robert Kiyosaki and Andy Schectman, and there's actually a few other videos I was going to go over. The gold pumping scene. I'm going to go. Let's listen to it a little bit here. Maybe I'll do another one later on. I don't know. Probably not. But
hello, Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki is. It's hard to really. There's so many massive con artists out there, but Robert Kiyosaki is definitely. He's right there as one of the biggest con men in the world. He's right there with Tony Robbins. And so let's take a look at
the Rich Dad Radio Show, the good news, and today bad news about money. And
of course he's pumping gold and silver. Remember he was pumping Bitcoin at the top, right? This guy always pumps stuff at the top.
People, oh, you're such a pessimist. Well, I've been a pessimist for a long time, and it is going to make us very rich to be pessimist. This is the cash flow board game.
Let me remind everyone, Robert Kiyosaki is an absolute liar, gives terrible advice, including advises people to do things that are against the law, makes all types of wild claims. We have no evidence. He's never shown anyone any evidence of any of his investments. He's always talking about how I've got this much money and this much debt. He doesn't have shit. He's a complete scam artist, piece of garbage, who's bought off the media with all the ad money he spends advertising his cash flow seminars and all these other scams. That's how he's bought the media off. They won't come after him because the media gets a lot of money promoting his shit. Of course, he wants to promote his buy my board game. It's the key to your financial education. Fucking scam.
And when Kim and I designed this game, it was, 1996?
1996.
And we designed this here, and it's called The Rat Race. And this is what happens when you go to school, get a job, save your money, get out of debt, and invest in the stock market in a 401k, IRA, or something like this. It's about people who want to come out here and not get toasted like a mark. This is the fast track. But sometimes these are called accrediteds and all this. They're more sophisticated, more highly educated investor. So Kim and I do not operate in here. We don't.
Yeah, so this is the guy. Remember, he tells you getting a job is for losers. 401ks are a scam. Getting a formal education is a scam, right? He wants to keep you out of all the good things. All the things that enable people to accomplish things, to have a nice retirement. He wants to keep you out of the stock market. Don't get a job. Don't get well educated. He wants to give you his education. He wants to make sure you have no options in life. So you're desperate and you fork over 50 grand to him for a weekend of training from his scammer guys to go into multi-level marketing and all types of horse shit. This guy is a danger. He's a fraud, and the media is a disgusting portal of scams for not calling out this guy. He pays off the media, just like Tony Robbins, in the form of advertisements. Robert Kiyosaki is a disgusting predator, and I hope something really bad happens to him, like today. This guy has defrauded so many people. And unfortunately, because of the stupidity and ignorance of the population in general, he has many people that believe him, that fall for his shit. This guy's a total fraud. Tell him I said so.
Don't have any stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or ETFs, but we operate out here. But that takes
Yeah, out here. So where Robert Kiyosaki, I'm assuming where he operates instead, is his investments are in scams. In scaminars, scamming people, you understand. The guy's an absolute piece of trash fraudster. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Financial education you don't get in schools.
You see?
And you definitely don't get from the stock market or bond market or Wall Street.
You see that? He's discouraging education. He wants to give you his financial education. You know, the same line that Meet Kevin pulls. Where do you think Meet Kevin got that bullshit from? Folks, stay away from anybody who wants to promote financial education. You don't need a fucking financial education. Tell you what, you need to learn how to get a good fucking job. Okay? Get a career, get a good formal education so that you're employable. And then guess what? Once you make money, you'll educate yourself about finance. That'll come. If you're focusing your education on money, you're going nowhere. You're going to be a fucking scam artist because you have no value, nothing to offer anyone. So you're going to be a scammer. Why anybody would I don't understand how stupid people are to fall for this guy's scams. What a total fucking fraud.
This is my friend Andy Scheckman, and he is an incredible person.
Remember I told you, folks, if you want to identify the whole army of con artists and scammers, identify one and see who they hang out with. It's that simple.
Comments, Kim.
Yeah. So, Andy, it's great to have you back on the show. You're the president and founder of Miles Franklin Precious Metals. Before we got started, you're telling us about something else that's happening, and now I'm like shaking in my boots, going, "Oh my God! Now there's something else coming down that I have to prepare for and get ready for," and it's like it never ends.
Boy, look at her! Look at that! Wow. I guess I can't say what's on my mind. YouTube won't allow me. Just take a look. Wow.
So, you're not necessarily the good news bear, but you are the macro expert.
It is good news if you take.
He's an expert at swindling people with disinformation and scaring them with bullshit and fear-mongering. That's what he's an expert in.
Take action.
Robert Kiyosaki has never been around or talked to an expert in anything in his life other than experts in swindling people.
If you just, pretend that you'll be saved by some kind of magical, your college degree is going to save you, I'll pray for you tonight because you're in serious trouble because you're delusional.
Now, you're a delusional con man. Anyone out there who gets a good college degree and a good major and does well is employable. Aside from that, they have improved their critical thinking skills. Now, if you want to go and waste your time and money, some bullshit for-profit school, that's your problem. That's your mistake. If you want to go and study physical education or some other basket-weaving bullshit major, that's your problem. That's your mistake. You were lazy. For those people who want to do that, you want to spend 20 grand a year going to some culinary school so you can be a cook, chef, working in Applebee's or Chili's. Guess what? Those people, you're not going to bust your ass, go to a good school, study a good major, do well, then learn a trade. Okay? Learn a trade. Become a plumber, pays well, get your master plumber's license, you do very well. Learn a trade, a skilled trade. Okay? But don't listen to this guy. This guy is a complete scammer, fraudster, piece of trash, disinformation con man. And that's what, folks, these guys are selling you their shit. They want you to buy into their bullshit, buy into his financial education. This guy he has no financial education. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about. He's a fraud. He needs to teach scammers how to scam people. That's what he needs to do. That would be a successful venture for him.
And Kim knows that I have been this big pessimist ever since she met me because we don't save dollars. We save gold and silver coinage, and we don't keep it in this country. So that's how pessimistic we are. So we do.
Folks, by the way, don't ever believe a single claim from this guy. I don't believe anything. Robert Kiyosaki, I'd be surprised if he has any gold other than a couple of pieces, just to show people. This guy is a pathological liar. Okay, the only thing I believe is that he has any money that he does have. I think he does have outside of the country because he's afraid of lawsuits. Of course, he's filed for bankruptcy now. What, 3 times, 2 times? Been sued a few times. He's a scam artist, and that's how these guys operate.
Everything illegally. but we just don't save the dollar.
Yeah, sure you do.
So our guest today is Andy Schectman. You know that old saying, cheer up, it could get worse. So we cheered up, and the last time we talked, it's gotten worse. But it's good news if you take action. Welcome to the show, Andy.
Welcome, Andy.
I'm so glad to be here, you guys. Thank you for having me. First of all, I want to comment on a couple of things, and then we'll get into it. There's a fine line between pessimism and realism, and I think people need to understand that. Yeah. There are phrases and buzzwords that we can call ourselves pessimistic, but are we really just realistic? And that's kind of the curse that I find myself in. I mentioned, I think, when I was on your show before, and if not, let me explain the way that I look at the world. When I started this company,
I don't care,
for 2 decades, to spend your silver or gold, it lends itself into a great vehicle for savings. But I will tell you that over the last couple of years, I look at the world that we live in, and I see things that are happening that I just shake my head at.
Right.
Now, we talked about before I jumped.
Okay. You're worried about the world that we live in. You're shaking your head. Okay. Let's take a look. There we go. So you think about all these things that have happened, folks. Tell you one thing. Take a look at the stock market. You're worried about the things going on in the world. He wants to scare you. Take a look at the stock market. We've been through some of the biggest catastrophes in the history of America over the past couple of decades, right? World Trade Center attacks. Take a look. Okay. Global financial crisis. Take a look. Pandemic. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Let me remind everybody. Buying gold as an investment, as a savings vehicle, is for stupid people. It's for idiots. All you're doing is making people like Andy Schechter wealthy. You want to make money in gold and silver? The best way is to become a gold and silver dealer. I've said that many years. I've been saying that for 15 years. Okay? You worried about anything? Take a look at what's happened. Stock market up, 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 up. Will it go down? Yeah, there'll be periods where it's down. Okay? If you have a long-term plan, it's going to go up. Buy the stock market, buy the S&P, forget it. Tune yourself out to all the doomsday bullshit. Tune yourself out to all the financial media. Tune yourself out to all the disinfo on YouTube and all these financial fake investment guru fraudsters. Buy the S&P and forget it. If you don't have a competitive advantage, you're not going to beat the market. You're not going to beat the pros. Buy the S&P instead. Okay? It's that simple. I want to remind everybody about that. And let me go ahead now. It's a video here, new video on Joseph Brown. I actually covered this clown a couple of years ago, and I quickly identified him. Oh, look, what do we have? Our favorite steroid hippie loser scam artist, Alex Hormozi. Look, how the top 1%. Hey, Alex, how do you know how the top 1% make their money? How did you fucking know? You don't know shit. You're a liar. You're a fraud. You're a scammer. Shut up. Loser. They're all over the place, folks. YouTube is the biggest platform for scams and scammers because the audience is so fucking stupid and desperate. The audience wants the scams. They want to believe. They want to believe. They're like Benny Hinn's audience. They want to believe, right? They're like Benny Hinn, the people, the loyal followers of Benny Hinn. They're like the followers of Joel Osteen. They're in cults, okay? They're in cults. Benny Hinn. Here we go. This is what they are, folks. This is the people that believe these fraudsters on YouTube. They're no different than the cult members of Benny Hinn.
You may not understand this. I don't either. I don't either.
You know, I find it funny. Most of these guys, by the way, that are Christian evangelists aren't actually, well, their bloodline, you would think they're a different religion, by the way, including Mr. Hinn.
But when the Lord talks to me, I obey him. It's just that simple. There's nothing more to it.
My God, are you ready, guys?
of course, these guys are all fake. They're acting. The people that believe this shit, they're as dumb, they're as delusional as the people that believe Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff, Tony Robbins, all of the YouTube fake investment gurus. You're in that same class, people. Don't think these people are dumb. If you believe these guys, Peter Schiff, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, Graham Stephan, Tom Nash, me, all these, you're as dumb as these people, okay? Sorry.
Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it! Put hands quick. Join hands, I said quick. Take it on it! Marakate pialba kanti mante remo. What's going on?
You know, when it comes to scams, there's one group of people that historically has led the pack. And if you consider their extremely low percentage of the population, it's pretty stunning. It goes back to religion. And, you know, if you look at Christianity, you can see who the big scammers are. They may say they're Christian, but take a look closely at their ethnicity, their bloodline. Talking about what else? Well, astrology, right? Take a look at the origins of that. Where do you think the term snake oil came from, right? When you're talking about scams, just kind of hocus pocus bullshit. There's one group that's a master of that. Look at the jewelry business. That's kind of a hocus pocus, especially diamonds, right? It's kind of a hocus pocus bullshit industry, hot air. Yeah, this group also tends to exploit people, disadvantaged people, you know, payday loans, pawn shops, stuff like that. Then we have the more modern day scams they're involved with, banking system, precious metals, cryptocurrencies. There are people that do real work who are honest, and there are people who don't do real work, who exploit people, who deceive people, who are not honest. That's unfortunately the world that we live in. Let's take a look at this scam artist here. And Mr. Brown actually is, he's related. He's related to Mr. Hin. Oh, let's go back here.
I am tired of financial advisors and money influencers and online gurus pretending like they are, because it is costing people millions of dollars who follow their advice. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Joe Brown. I am a former stockbroker who spent years advising the top 1% on how to...
You know, it's funny, he calls himself a stockbroker when discount brokers are not known as stockbrokers at all, because they don't sell stocks, right? Discount brokers are not stockbrokers. They're known as financial consultants or financial advisors. Now, the stockbroking, the companies that are known as stockbrokers or financial advisors, it's the same. They could be called financial advisors, financial consultants, but when you think of stockbrokers, and of course, I worked in the industry. I worked at wirehouses, right? UBS, Bear Stearns, so I know what I'm talking about. So he wants to give you the impression that he actually worked at a major Wall Street firm, a full-service firm. Notice, of course, by the way, the manipulative terminology. Full service, which is fine, and then discount. So they don't want to say partial service. They want to make it sound like, oh, it's less expensive. Yeah, because you're getting bullshit. You're not getting... Remember, the discount brokers, E-Trade, Schwab, so on and so forth, they're giving you lower commissions. They started online trading. They're allowing you to do it yourself. You understand? So there's not as much of a need for true, legitimate, knowledgeable financial advisors. So the point is that this clown did not work at a major Wall Street firm. He didn't work at a Wall Street firm. He worked at Charles Schwab, which is a discount broker. It's a discount broker. Okay? And I can tell you, they don't know their head from their ass. They don't know the industry. They don't know jack shit. All they know is just a few things they read about. They don't have any real knowledge about things. Why? Because Charles Schwab is not into asset management. Okay? They don't have a research department. You understand the difference in the business model, right? So I want to point that out.
Manage their wealth. I made enough money to leave that.
So he's talking about he's managed people's wealth. He didn't manage shit. He was a fucking discount broker answering phones when people call in, of random people with questions about how they get into their account.
Behind. Now I teach people financial strategies that exist outside the mainstream because I was tired of people paying too much money for subpar advice where they just slam you into some index funds and scoop 2% off the top for life for giving you a 60-40 port.
Did you hear that? I mean, this guy is so stupid. He's actually claiming that index funds charge 2%. Now, he worked at Schwab. Schwab has amongst the lowest priced index funds in the industry. Okay? Very low. In fact, some of them are actually cheaper than Vanguard, I believe. Very, very low. He's telling you 2%. You hear this guy's story? I'm beginning to wonder whether he was even working at Charles Schwab. I saw his CRD. Maybe it's a different Joseph Brown. Or maybe it's not his real name. I don't know. But from all indications, he worked at Charles Schwab for 4 years. He claimed he's in the industry for 5 or longer. He's a complete liar. His story is complete bullshit. At the end of the day, he doesn't know jack shit. He's a junior boy, basically learned some basic stuff and was never managing accounts. Understand, folks, when you are a person, a broker, or whatever you want to call it, at a discount firm, you're not in charge of accounts per se. Now, do they have advisor accounts? Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. Why? Because they want to charge you a lot of money. You're charging people don't want to, they're not with Schwab to pay all this money. They're at Schwab to get cheap trading. You understand? Okay, when you go to a full service firm, a major Wall Street firm, you are assigned a financial advisor. When you open an account with Charles Schwab, you're not assigned a financial advisor. You're just there. Now, will eventually a financial advisor reach out to you, and maybe you're assigned one eventually, kind of informally? Yeah, if you have a large account. Okay, just because they want to put their hands around you. But these accounts are the accounts at discount brokers are they are not financial advisor attached. Okay, if you open an account at a Wall Street firm, you cannot do so unless there's a financial advisor attached to it. So the financial advisor reaches out to you. The financial advisor is actually responsible for you, responsible for, legally responsible. There's no such arrangement at Schwab or any other discount broker. Okay, that's important to understand because this guy makes it sound like he's managing all these accounts like I did. I managed separate accounts as a financial advisor, stockbroker, whatever you want to call it. I managed hundreds of accounts, separate accounts, individual accounts. Okay? He did not. He's lying. So I wanted to make that point. It is an important point because he's misrepresenting his knowledge, his experience, who he worked for, and what he did. He won't tell you who he worked for. Why won't he do that?
Portfolio and calling it a day. And if you've ever spoken with a financial advisor, I guarantee 10 years ago, almost to the day, I was broke. I had no money in my bank account. I made less than minimum wage and I owed $30,000 in student loan debt. I was broke. Today, I have a multi-million-dollar net worth. I have a personal income over 6 figures per month. And I work about 20 hours per week. I'm going to...
So think about this bold-faced, pathological liar. He's got a more than six-figure income every month. Yet, he's wasting all this time. Take a look at his channel. He's making videos every fucking day. Trying to get people to buy his shit. Right? And he works 20 hours a week? Excuse me? 20 hours a week? This guy's working fucking triple overtime producing horseshit content to fool people. Okay? And by the way, let me just mention something. I want to I've just remembered this. I want to show you guys something here. Felix is doing more of these. He's doing these fucking bullshit events every day or every couple of days. Let me show you guys something here real quick. So most of these videos you're going to see
What you should be afraid of in trade.
fucking scammer. By the way, any of these companies like these guys funding traders, anybody who advertises and says, "Oh, well, we're looking for new traders, and we run a prop trading firm, and we're going to teach you, and if you do well, we'll give you a job." They're a scam, all of them. Why? Why the fuck are they going to risk themselves on some idiot like you that doesn't know shit, right? Prop trading firms don't need to do that. What they're really trying to do is they're selling you their education. Okay? You understand? That's the business that they're really in. FYI. Okay? So here you go. See this? All these videos, take a look. Here's the trick. Here's what you do, folks. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to click it. And so some of these videos, he's live, right? But this is not live. So in order that you don't want to sign up in advance because then he'll have your email, he'll spam you, and he'll know how to kick you out of the room. What you want to do is this. You want to see when this is. So it's going to be I don't know. The next time, basically what you want to monitor this and you want to get into the video during when it's happened. Don't register. All you got to do is put in an email and a name, and if the videos if it's live, you can get in and he won't know who you are. Or within 24 hours after the event, it will be the same thing. Okay, so you can just make up an email and you don't have to go through that verification process. Make up an email, make up a name, go into the room and spam it and tell him he's a fucking fraud, and then leave after a couple of seconds so he can't permanently block you. And then you can come back with a different name and he can't track you. I did it myself. Okay. If he happens to actually block you, all you got to do is clear your cache. Okay. You all should get a lot of people to start doing that. In fact, I'm probably going to, if I remember to do it, I'll do it live. I'll do a live stream showing everybody. Okay. He was called out on one of these on the recording. He removed all the comments because a lot of people were calling him out as a scammer. So I want you guys to do that. See that? So this has already happened. So this is already, I think, 24 hours after. So you can't get into this. So the key is to see when the next one is, and get in there when it's live. Don't pre-register. Register when it's happening, or shortly after. It'll be a replay. Okay. The key is don't authenticate your registration through your email. Give a fake email and get in. You see. FYI.
Tell you exactly how I did this over the last 10 years.
And by the way, this con artist is doing a event as well. Okay, go to the event. I've got Felix's event recorded. I've got the whole thing recorded. I don't know if I'll be able to make this con man's event.
Years. I had a very rocky journey here. I made a ton of mistakes along the way, and if I can do it, you can do it faster. And just like most people, my financial troubles started all.
Remember, this guy has got 4 years of experience at Charles Schwab, at least 2 years of which he was just learning. Okay, the first year he's going to be learning to pass your exams. He probably was in training most of the time. It's discount brokerage. You're not going to learn shit there because you don't have hands on the fucking money. You're doing nothing. You're just a fucking hand holder. You answer fucking phone calls from random people. That's discount brokers, okay? I personally would never lower myself to be a discount broker, to work at a discount brokerage firm. But anyway, so he basically is a nobody doesn't know shit. He's coming across like he was a big swinging dick, managed portfolios, wealth manager, all this bullshit. Think about it for a second. I'm a top big swinging dick. Look at the track record. Do I come out and pull this nonsense? I can do that. I can come out and say, hey, I advise hedge funds. I advise billionaires. Look at my track record. I can turn you into a millionaire. I can show you. My research is the best. Look at that. I can show you how I do it. Do I do that? No. I don't do that. Because I'm not a fraud. I could justify doing that. If anybody could justify, I could do that. But I've got the fucking meat and potatoes. You got it? These guys have nothing. That's what pisses me off. I don't even do that. And I've got this shit to back it up. These guys have nothing, and they're doing that. Absolute fraud. Joseph Brown, you're a fraud. Stop swindling people, you lying piece of trash. Stop it.
Way back in childhood. Now, I actually had a fantastic childhood. Great parents. Job again started off at only $40,000 a year. And to make matters worse, my wife and I had just had our first kid. So we were back to money problems, making very little money now with a wife and a baby at home. But also, now I had some more skills. Also, I had a new path ahead of me. So we still had the problems, but the knowledge and the financial education.
Boom. You hear that? Knowledge and the financial education. That empowered him. You got it? The knowledge, financial, folks, whenever you hear financial education, run for the fucking hills. He's setting you up. You got it? He's telling you how his life sucked, and then he got the knowledge and the financial education. And remember, he's a successful guy. He learned it all. He's going to, guess what? Oh, you're going to share your knowledge with me? Yeah. You got it?
Made it a little bit easier to get through those problems this time. I spent the next few years.
Take a look. You can look it up for yourself. Oh, and by the way, because I know you have little doubting Thomases out there who want to fucking doubt me. It don't fucking matter. I got the track. I could have not worked anywhere. It doesn't matter. I got the fucking track record. I'm the big swinging dick. But just for those of you who want to check my CRD, let me explain to you how it works. I know you fucking idiots don't know that. Let me explain to you. CRDs disappear from the records. They're pulled after about 10 years if you don't have any infractions. If you don't believe me, call up Fender and ask them. Okay? If you have infractions, if you have sanctions, your record stays up for good. If you don't have any and you leave the business, they remove your record. FYI, for any of you doubting fucking dildos. I shouldn't be. Anybody that doubts me by now, you're a fucking idiot. Okay? I'm the most credible fucking honest person out there. You all just learned something, by the way. Okay? This guy doesn't have any sanctions on his record, so it'll be gone within about 6 years or so. No, it'll be gone, about 5 or 6 years, I would say. But right now, you can see 4 years licensed, okay? He was licensed for 4 years, and you can see. Look it up for yourself if you don't believe me.
Working up the ranks as a stockbroker, getting into different positions, and learning everything I could. I became a trader, learned about options and tech.
Became a trader, learned about you, right? You hear that? There's no fucking traders at Charles Schwab. We're trading what? Hey, folks, this is not a Wall Street firm. They don't have, there's no trading. They don't have fucking trading. I mean, come on. I mean, does anybody do trading at Schwab? Yeah, they've got some funds that they'll do. Do you think this guy, by the way, a fund trader, they're just order takers. But this guy, you think he's going to be a fund trader with 4 years of experience? Are you kidding me? This guy, folks, I'm telling you, he's an absolute liar and a fraud. But he wants you to think he's some big swinging dick. He was a trader. And this is the funniest thing. Just keep listening here. This is going to be really good.
Technical analysis and got into positions to learn about portfolio allocation and long-term wealth management, learning the.
I can't even believe this guy even worked at a discount broker when he's telling you really stupid stuff. This guy's obviously a fucking pinhead, an airhead. He got it. You hear what he said? he got into positions to learn about portfolio management. That's like basic. I mean, I don't understand. What are you talking about? Let's listen to this again.
Spent the next few years working up the ranks as a stockbroker, getting into different positions and learning everything I could. I became a
Okay, you hear that? He spent the next several years as a stockbroker, getting into better positions, learning about technical analysis. He became a trader. Okay, so he's working his way up the ladder.
Trader, learned about options and technical analysis, and got into positions to learn about portfolio allocation and long-term wealth management.
I mean, this is what you learn in your fucking training. Okay, this is what you learn in your fucking training. What a fucking idiot.
Learning the inside and outs of how the stock market, how ETFs, mutual funds, retirement accounts, everything, how it all works. And my appetite was...
Once again, folks, this is what you learn as part of your training.
Unsatiable. I really enjoy learning about this stuff. And so once I got through everything I could from the inside, I started reading books and studying about things like economics.
I was going to put the Ty Lopez clip. Reading books. That's why I learned because I started reading books and reading books and reading books. Folks, you got to have real industry knowledge, okay? Reading books, you're going to learn basic shit. Think about it for a second. You got a guy who's telling you that he worked his way up. He got into positions to learn about things that he should have learned about in his training program. And then he's getting more advanced and he starts reading books. What? I mean, I'm wondering if he ever worked in the industry, even in a discount broker. Reading books? Like, what? Folks, if you're already in the industry, okay, you're going to learn from the resources that are provided to you. You're going to learn from meeting with analysts, analyst meetings. You're going to learn from analyst research. You're going to learn from road shows. You're going to learn from other guys that you're working around. If you're a discount broker, you're not going to learn jack shit because you don't have any of that stuff. This guy's an absolute fucking idiot and a liar, and it's a complete fraud.
And monetary policy and fiscal policy and interest rates. And
you hear that? So now he's telling you he's reading about monetary policy and fiscal policy. Oh, and let's not forget interest rates. What? Interest rates? Like, remember, he's advancing himself after several years. He's learning about interest rates. I mean, this is obviously a complete lie. And what the hell what do you care about monetary policy? What does that have to do with investing? Folks, no one seriously in the industry reads about that shit. It doesn't matter. Monetary policy and fiscal policy, that doesn't really matter if you're trying to learn how to manage funds and so on and so forth. That's not that's for theorists and economists. Okay? You're going to learn what you're going to be learning about. I mean, tell me that you're reading about advanced techniques of risk management. Okay, stuff about that. But you see where he's going is that he's trying to throw in his Federal Reserve conspiracy horse shit. This is a guy who's latched on to all this Ed Griffith horse shit. The Fed, because why? Because that's an audience. He can attach himself to a whole cult that's already been formed over decades. The Fed is evil. The banks are evil. Monetary policy, the dollar's being inflated by gold. Remember a couple of years ago when I did a video on him, which I posted recently, I dubbed him as a gold pumper, right? That's what he's doing. Now he's kind of, he's expanding this into options trading. Okay. You follow that?
the money supply and the Federal Reserve. So I used that knowledge and those additional skills that I was learning to work my way up the ranks, and I got myself into a sales position.
So you hear, this is the funniest thing. So he's learning about monetary policy and fiscal policy, the Federal Reserve, and he's learning that to work himself up to the ranks. Remember, this is several years. He's working up the ranks into a sales position. What the fuck do you think a stockbroker is? Bowling ball? I mean, what? Sales position, that's the bottom. That's the fucking bottom level. I mean, You all see how none of his story makes any sense at all? You all see that, right? None of this story makes any sense. He's working his way up to a sales position. What? This guy is a complete fucking fraud. I mean, he can't even make up a story that makes sense. I can't even believe how stupid this is. Just go back and listen to it on your own. I mean, if you it doesn't make sense. It's complete bullshit.
Getting into this sales position was a huge step up for me, and it meant that within 5 years, I had gone from making less than minimum wage with a negative net worth and no money in my bank account to making $250,000 a year in sales, in finance, with no relevant degree to support that. Now,
so you hear that? So someone tell me where you're going to make $250,000 a year working at Charles Schwab after your fourth year. Let's say during your fourth year. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. You're going to have to be a fund manager or upper management. Okay? This guy was neither. He's a bold-faced fucking liar. It's so easy to tell his story's a lie. And I'm starting to think he didn't even work at Schwab, because his knowledge of the basic, I can't understand how he's telling us he wants to work his way. He's spending several years to work his way up from a stockbroker to a salesman. What do you think broker means? Broker means sales. You're selling stocks. They don't even have stock sale. They don't have sales at Schwab. What are you fucking talking about? It's not a Wall Street firm. Listen to this. Let's continue.
A lot of this probably comes across as if I'm bragging and tooting my own horn, but I want to be very clear about what it takes and especially what it doesn't take.
You're just fucking lying.
To succeed, because given my childhood and my education, I had absolutely no business making $250,000 a year, let alone.
You weren't. You're lying. If you were, you wouldn't have quit.
In sales, in finance. But if I can do it, you can do it faster. Now, from the outside, things looked great. Great job, great benefits, great work-life balance, but I was miserable.
Great work-life balance, right? Folks, if you have a real job in finance, a commission-based job like he's describing, although he didn't have one, there's no work-life balance, okay? There's no work. I mean, what is this? What are you talking about? What a piece of shit, pathological liar. This guy's a fraud.
Miserable. Again, you can sense the theme here. Every time something gets great, problems come.
Look at that face. You trust that face?
I was making 200 cold calls a day. It was monotonous. My role was...
There you go, folks. Newsflash, discount brokers don't make cold calls. You all understand the business? Maybe you don't. Hopefully by now you do. Discount brokerage firms don't have guys that make cold calls. You know why? Cold calling is commission-based sales. Got it? To bring in assets. That's done at full-service Wall Street firms. You know how discount brokers bring in assets? They advertise and they get assets based upon the low commission structure. Okay? People go to discount brokers because there's no brokers that they're assigned to. So they won't have to pay all these fees. You got it? There's no fucking cold calling at discount brokers. That's a fact. This guy's a complete pathological liar. He's lying about everything. I can't believe how much his story is full of shit, which is why I'm starting to wonder if he even worked at Charles Schwab. As pathetic as that is.
Was to just move assets into the company. And so it was repetitive, felt meaningless, and I absolutely dreaded going into work every day. And even worse than that, I began to have somewhat of a crisis of faith, because I told you before, I had started learning and researching and studying how money actually worked.
See that? How money actually worked. How it actually worked. You all know that, right? That's the whole conspiracy bullshit about the Fed and Mike Maloney and all this hot horse shit. The gold pumping propaganda. How money actually works. You know, Bill Still, the shill, with his bullshit money masters, complete horse shit, which people believe that nonsense. I mean, give me a fucking break.
crisis of faith because I told you before, I had started learning and researching and studying how money actually worked. I had found about people about like Peter Schiff and studied Ray Dalio, and I started to realize the stuff.
There you have it. So he was believing these fucking idiots, right? I mean, he was believing the disinfo from Peter Schiff and Ray Dalio. You understand? He's latching on to this disinformation horseshit.
Stuff that I was selling, I didn't actually believe in anymore. At that point, really didn't think that what I was helping people do was the best thing for them financially.
So instead, he believed Peter Schiff. I guess he believed shorting the U.S. dollar, buying gold while avoiding the U.S. stock market, just as Peter Schiff has recommended for 2 fucking decades, right? You understand what I'm talking about, folks. This guy has negative credibility. He's a complete scam artist, an absolute piece of trash fraudster. He needs to be taken off of YouTube. This guy is going to cause a lot of people a lot of harm, and he's going to make money at their expense. All these people. YouTube is a scam machine, is a criminal operation that promotes scammers like this guy. All the scammers are on YouTube because they know you people are there. Why do you think it's filled with all these? All these guys are frauds, folks. Wake the fuck up. YouTube is a fraud machine. And nobody's calling them out. Why is no one else on YouTube saying this? You think I'm the only one that knows this? You think some of these YouTube creators don't know this? They know it. They don't want to say it because guess what? They're bought off by YouTube ad money. You got it? You got it? Why isn't the detective CoffeeZilla coming out with this? Because CoffeeZilla now is bought and paid for by YouTube and YouTube scam artists, which he makes money promoting their videos. You got it?
And I had always dreamed about working for myself, starting my own business, but I had never been in a position where I had that chance to do that before. But suddenly that dream became a reality. And in June of 2019, I pulled the plug and I quit my job. For anybody who's on the edge of your seat right now, wondering if that's...
Yeah, I bet he got fired is what happened. Okay, I'm pretty sure he did. I'm willing to bet he got fired.
Something that you should consider. I'll let you.
So he's going to tell you what caused him to consider quitting his job. This is great.
You know, there were 2 things that broke the camel's back, 2 final straws. One was I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and it opened my mind up and it made me realize there are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed.
Oh, yeah.
The 4-Hour Workweek.
That's right. Far more ways to skin a cat. Now, I'm going to do a video on this book and Tim Ferriss. I'm going to probably do many videos on Tim Ferriss. I've been meaning to expose this fraudster scam artist for a long time. He's got a YouTube channel. By all means, reach out to all these fraudsters and tell them about me. Tell them I'll fucking take them down live on a neutral platform. Tell them, what are they afraid of? Right? Tell them, let's go. Let's go. All of them. All of them. They won't show up because they work on deceiving people. They fear the truth. You understand? Okay? Tim Ferriss is a 100% fraud. Tim Ferriss wrote this stupid book. Look into it. Anyone who promotes this book is a fucking idiot. Is a brain dead idiot. This book basically says, cheat your way through life. You only need to work 4 hours and you can hire people from India and the Philippines and pay them shit wages to do your dirty work. It's complete lies. You can't do that. Okay? Anyone that has any type of business is going to spend at least 10 hours a week on emails themselves. I guarantee you. Guaranteed. He basically tells you how to fake it till you make it. Lie about everything. Pretend to be an expert. And that's what these people do. This is why you have Upwork and Fiverr and Guru.com. These freelancing websites are a bunch of scammers on there practicing their trade on you. And they do shitty work because they've been conned by this. I'm telling you, this is the truth. Tim Ferriss wrote all this. His book basically launched the digital nomad movement, which I exposed more than a decade ago because I saw these pieces of shit. I saw these pieces of shit hanging out in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Okay? A bunch of fucking scammers. The digital nomad movement is a fucking scam, and it was promoted also, I exposed this, by CNBC. All these media, they want to promote all these fraudsters. Folks, this is another fucking rabbit hole that goes way deep. Okay? I know all about all this shit. It's a complete lie. It's just like the FIRE movement, another fucking scam created to sell ads, to promote people to make a business off of FIRE, to make a business off of this bullshit. Tim Ferriss, he paid a bunch of people to put in a bunch of fake reviews for this bullshit book. Okay? If you want to know what a book is really like, a book that's got a lot of publicity, a lot of exposure, okay? It has to have a lot of exposure if you really want to read the 1-star reviews. The books that have a lot of exposure, number one, you got a lot of fake reviews. Number two, you have people that are in their cult that are going to give it a good rating anyway because they believe their shit. Okay, you don't believe me? Take a look at Peter Schiff's books, which are completely useless, completely wrong. You lost money if you listened to his ass, read his books. Read the 1-star reviews of books that have been very nonfiction books that have a lot of exposure. Then you're going to find the truth. Same thing with Michael Lewis. Go ahead and do it. You will see. Okay? And a good place to start is with this book. Go ahead and read the 1-star reviews on Amazon. You're going to get the truth. Okay? So this guy, my point is that this guy, if it weren't enough, that his story is complete fiction from beginning to end. Complete horseshit. This guy actually discredits himself even more so, which I thought was not possible, by telling you that this is what caused him to quit his job. He fell for this fucking scam. Complete fraudulent scam book. Tim Ferriss is a complete fraud. Okay? And so this is what did it. The 4-hour work week. You can look into Tim Ferriss for yourself. Tim Ferriss knows he's a fucking fraud. This guy made tens of millions of dollars buying fake reviews. And he saw how easy it was, and guess what? This was before Amazon did anything about fake reviews. Guess what? It's that easy. The 4-hour body. And he photoshops fucking fake pictures. This guy's a fucking fraud, Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, you piece of fucking trash. He's close to Tony Robbins as being that big of a fraud he is. And now what Tim Ferriss is trying to do, he's trying to kind of clean up his credibility. You know, he's doing the whole thing with like Joe Rogan, like, you know, before Joe Rogan's talking about all this the moon landing being fake and flat earth and all this bullshit. But Joe Rogan's now he's trying to like bring in perceived intellectuals and perceived credible people to make it like a serious thing. He's trying to change history. Although most of these people in Joe Rogan are actually fucking scammers. Okay? They're not intellectuals. Don't be fooled. Tim Ferriss is trying to do the same thing. He's trying to rebrand himself. These people are evil. They're evil as fuck. These people are worse than any criminals on Wall Street. Okay? These scammers are worse than any Wall Street criminals. Let me tell you that right now. And I hope, I can't even say what I would like to happen to them because ScamTube will pull the video down. Okay?
Tim Ferriss, and it opened my mind up, and it made me realize there are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed.
There's far more ways to rip people off than he believed. Once again, look into that fucking stupid ass book. It's a blueprint on how to become a fucking scam artist. Okay? And of this young generation, they all fall for this shit.
Way more ways.
By the way, let me just mention the whole digital nomad thing is a complete lie. And this you hear a lot of these travel videos and all this bullshit, folks. It's a complete horse shit. It's a complete lie, and you get a lot of disinformation from these travel videos. All this horse shit. I mean, that's a whole nother topic of discussion. All the places that they go to, they're all paradise. No, they don't tell you about the reality. Okay, and they don't even. These are people that think that they can go around and be a freelancer on Upwork. And the reality is they figure out they can't make money. It's not sustainable. So you know what they do? They figure out the real way to make money as a digital nomad. You know how that is? It's selling the digital nomad fucking dream. Buy my ebook. I'll show you how to become a digital nomad. Okay? That's the scam. It's a fucking pyramid scheme. It's just like the FIRE movement. The same fucking thing. Okay? It's the same fucking thing. I showed you that with that Sam Dugan guy. They sell a fucking dream, a lie, and get people to believe it. And then it's kind of like, you know, it's similar to a pyramid scheme, similar to multi-level marketing where you're selling the dream, And in reality, you're just selling that idea. That's how you're making your money. Just like these fucking investment gurus. They're making all their money selling their courses. Okay? Same fucking business model.
Ways to make money than I thought possible.
Tim Ferriss is such a piece of fucking trash.
There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. The knowledge and the financial education, the knowledge and the financial education, the knowledge and the financial education, the knowledge and the financial education.
You see, that's where that, remember I pointed out the knowledge of financial education? That's where it comes into play. Robert Kiyosaki does the same. These guys, that's what I'm saying. Robert Kiyosaki is dangerous. People copy his whole business model, right? He's telling you about how knowledge and financial education, and he's going to sell you his financial education. He tells you a story. Same thing with Meet Kevin. Does the same fucking thing. Fucking scammers. Wake up, people. If you can't see this by now, there's something wrong with your fucking head. Blame your parents.
And the knowledge and the financial education, 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 the knowledge and the financial education. If you're worried about inflation, a major stock market crash, or the government's growing sovereign debt crisis, and you're looking for strategies that can help you grow your wealth and protect it during times of crisis, then you're going to want to read every single word on the page below, because I've just released what I believe is the most comprehensive investment training library available on the internet, or anywhere for that matter. The knowledge and the financial education, 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 the knowledge and the financial education. It covers everything from how to build a bulletproof portfolio to squeezing every last drop out of your retirement account. And 72 different strategies you can use to trade options, even if you've never traded before.
You hear that, folks? You hear that? He's telling you he's got all these trading strategies of options, even if you haven't traded before. He's going to show you how to make a bulletproof portfolio. This is all lies. It's fraud. He's a scam artist. This guy, if I was running the country, folks, there'd be a lot of people. The first thing I would do, I would triple the prison facilities. I'd be putting a lot of people in fucking jail. You better believe it. I'd be throwing a lot of people in fucking jail. Okay? Including this guy. Scammers like this, I would put him in jail. I'd make laws where this is criminal fraud. He's going to jail. Okay? Meet Kevin, prison for 20 years. Tom Nash, prison, 20 years. Graham Stephan, 20 years. That's right. Throw these motherfuckers in jail. These people are arguably worse than murderers. They are destroying the lives of many, many, many people, and they're profiting from it. Murderers don't profit from their crime, right? Usually, I mean, they could be a bank robbery or something like that, but you will understand what I'm saying. This white collar scams that these people are doing. And of course, you've got YouTube. YouTube, I would shut it down. If I were running the country, if I were running America, I'd shut down YouTube immediately. I'd go after all these people. For sure, something would happen to them legally, would make something. All these guys, Hormozy. I mean, there'd be tens of thousands of people from YouTube would be good in jail. I can guarantee you that if I'm running the country. Facebook would be shut down completely, absolutely. Google would be busted up. Amazon busted up. They're monopolies, obviously. I'd go after all this shit. Pulling a Robert Kiyosaki. That's the problem. You've got these kids that are doing the scams at an early age. That's the biggest, most disgusting problem right there. It's disgusting.
And 72 different strategies you can use to trade options, even if you've never traded before. And it includes tons of strategies and
You hear that, folks? This guy's a fraud. He's an absolute fraud. Joseph Brown, you're a fraud. You're a pathological liar. Stop taking money from people. False claims. You're conning people. They're going to lose their ass. Stop it, you piece of crap. Folks, somebody needs to make a website. Somebody needs to make a website. I'm too busy. I've done enough. Make a website. Not just, I was thinking about Sue Meet Kevin. Sue Scammers. Something like that. Where people can post. There's a platform, a community for people to post their experiences with these fraudsters and organize and educate them so they can file class action lawsuits through the Federal Trade Commission. Okay? That's what needs to happen. Someone needs to create a platform to centralize the complaints of all these people and to educate them where they can organize and go to the Federal Trade Commission and sue them. Kevin's going to be sued. I can assure you that. I haven't even followed. I saw recently that what he's doing trading alerts now. He's going to be sued. Anybody that loses money listening to Kevin, you can sue him. He's licensed now. You can sue him. Sue him. If you lose money listening to anything he says, sue him. Sue him, sue him, sue him. Save every video. Save every live stream. Somebody needs to save all of Kevin's shit and upload it somewhere. Safe. For evidence.
tactics that I don't think you'll find anywhere else. Things like how to protect your entire portfolio from a major stock market crash, how to invest in real estate, even if
buy puts, right? That's what he's talking about. Like it's a secret. Folks, by the way, people that recommend to tell you to buy puts, that's bullshit. Okay? The only people should buy puts are the ones that know they have a reasonable feeling that there's going to be some type of a market collapse, and they know well about the timing or can spot it early on. In other words, you need to be able to forecast the market. Nobody can do that other than me, as far as I know, consistently. And even I don't even pay attention to buying puts, okay? You know why? I'm not going to spend money on something that has a time decay, okay? Because you know what? Timing, you can't always get the timing right. You can't always get the timing right. I'd prefer to sell my stocks. If I'm managing a portfolio, a big portfolio, of course I'm going to buy puts. No doubt about that. But I'm telling you right now, almost probably 99.9% of the people should never buy puts because they have no fucking clue what's going on. If you bought puts every time you think the market's going to collapse, ask yourself how many times you would have lost. You would have lost your ass over time, okay? So my point behind this is that you shouldn't do it. It's a stupid thing to do unless you're armed with a great deal of sophisticated market intelligence. Okay? But he's telling you like it's a secret. Right? He doesn't know. Just because you can tell someone how to buy a put, you know when to buy the put, you understand. There's so much fear mongering. People are going to be buying puts on the market every fucking week. And they're going to add up the money that they spent buying those puts, and they're going to be in the hole. Okay? So buying puts is generally not a good thing to do. But that's what he's talking about, like it's some fucking secret. This guy's a fucking con man.
If you don't have a lot of money. A unique strategy that allows you to short the US dollar to take advantage of inflation.
So think about that. Why? So these are newbies, and he wants to tell you a strategy how to short the dollar to take advantage of inflation. Complete horseshit. Not only complete horseshit, but getting into risky maneuvers. Folks, the guy's a scam artist for the very simple fact that he's putting people, amateurs, into a position where they're not going to do well. Okay? But he's making it sound like he's going to position them to do really well. They don't have the experience. He doesn't have the experience to do these maneuvers. The guy's a fraud. He's a predator. He's a piece of trash. Something needs to happen to this guy.
Secret strategy of the ancient Talmud portfolio, and much, much more.
Oh, you get that? He's going to teach you the strategy of the ancient Talmud portfolio. Wow. Okay. Do you think I'm surprised that he knows that? Of course, his name is Brown. I mean, folks, have you heard these guys? There's a few of them out there who promote this religious stuff. Anytime anybody puts religion with investments, they're a fraud. Write it down. Jeff Burke was doing this shit with this Talmud nonsense. There's some other people that were doing it as well. Scam artists. The Talmud strategy. What? What are you fucking? You got to be. You're joking, right? What a fucking loser.
If you don't have a lot of money. A unique strategy that allows you to short the US dollar to take advantage of inflation. The secret strategy of the ancient...
Secret strategy. It's all secret. Secret. Folks, anytime anybody promotes any secret, they're a fraud. Write it down. There's no fucking secrets, okay?
Short the US dollar to take advantage of inflation. The secret strategy of the ancient Talmud portfolio, and much, much more. Now, if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while now, and you've been wondering how you can take the economic ideas and theories that we talk about and implement them, put them into action in order to make more money, this is it. I have poured minimum hundreds, but probably thousands of hours into creating this training for you to help as many people as possible profit from the chaotic times that we're living in.
Total fraud.
There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. The knowledge and the financial education, 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 the knowledge and the financial education. Now, I'm extremely grateful for the hundreds of members who have already signed up for Heresy Financial University. There are far more ways to...
He's got his own university. I mean, what a fucking fraud. You're a fraud.
Skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. But if you haven't signed up yet, this is your chance. Now, as you've probably noticed already, I've been consistently raising the price for Heresy Financial University because there are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible. Keep creating more and more training and giving you more and more strategies and tactics and education on how you can make more money. The knowledge and the financial education, the knowledge and the financial education, the knowledge and the financial education, and keep more money. And I'm still doing that, which means pretty soon I'm actually going to have to raise the price again. But I am holding off for a little bit longer to make sure that anyone who has been following has a chance to get in now at the lower price point. Now, I explained everything you need to know in the letter below, so please give it a look now, and I hope to see you inside soon. There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believe.
Losers selling shirts on Amazon.
Possible.
Look at that. Only $3,000 a year for his plan, and you can get educated by him. Selling gold, affiliate links for bullshit, Bitcoin. See that? Fundrise, another fucking bogus bullshit. Oh well. That's it. I accidentally went forward, but we were almost done anyway. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. There you go.
There are far more ways to skin a cat than I believed. There are way more ways to make money than I thought possible.
Look at that. What a fraud.
There are far more ways.
Fuck you charging this money? You're not a fucking expert. You're a fraud, man. It's con man. I hope maybe you can get a hair transplant after you defraud enough people. Here's Miles Franklin. You see, he's a shill for Miles Franklin, folks. You see that? He's another one of these shills for Miles Franklin, the gold pumper. You see, This guy's been producing all this bullshit content, pumping gold for Miles Franklin. Miles Franklin, you see, is paying this guy. There you go. Fundraisers bullshit. Avoid it. There you go. Another. See that? You trust this guy? This guy will sell his mother for a fucking penny. Or should I say a shekel? He's got a master
And
class.
if you're interested in learning
Masterclass.
how to capture explosive moves in the market that happen all over the market and all the time, I'm hosting an asymmetric trading masterclass in just 2 days. Now, it's completely free, but spots are filling up fast. Last time I hosted one of these masterclasses, we had more than 6,000 people.
Folks, join the masterclass and fuck him up. Join it and fuck him up. Go to his site, see when to register for it. Okay.
Register for the event. There's
Record it.
more people than could fit on the Zoom call. Now, over the last year, I've been using a simple and easy to follow system to spot asymmetric trades in my own account, and I've been able to take home massive profits as a result.
Sure you have. Show us the evidence, buddy. You're a liar.
Now, over the last
You're a
year,
fraud.
I've been using a simple and easy to follow system to spot
No, you
asymmetric trades in my own account.
You see that? Simple and easy to follow. You got it? Simple and easy to follow. Massive profits. You got it? You understand? This guy's a fraud. He's a scammer. I wish I had the ability, the authority to put him in prison. I would. I'd put him in prison for a long time. All these motherfuckers. They're frauds. They're pieces of shit. How can we live in what type of society allows this stuff? Is what I want to know. Folks, something's got to be done. Something has to be done. Somebody do it, please. Somebody do it. Can't rely on these people from YouTube, their own channels. They're a bunch of pieces of shit. They're bought off by YouTube. Anybody that's got a monetized channel on YouTube is an employee of YouTube. That means they're a scammer. They're a business partner with a criminal organization, YouTube, Google. It's fact. And they're a business partner with the many scammers who advertise on their videos. It's a fact. Write it down. Think about that for a second. They know it too. They understand that. They don't care. They don't care. They want the money. They don't care about you. They don't care how they put you in harm's way. They'll post affiliate links for criminal operations like Robinhood, which is defrauding people. Right? All these trading apps, so on and so forth. They don't care. They don't care. And they'll even make their own courses, right? Get a big audience, then become an expert. Start gaming. Start your channel showing people how you're playing video games. And then you'll get a big audience. All of a sudden, you're an expert in everything. You got a big following, you can sell them anything because they're in your cult. You got it? That's how it works. It's poison. It's a criminal fucking system. Nobody can refute what I'm saying. I'm stating fact. Show me somebody. Let's go. Any of you motherfuckers out there, you experts out there, let's go. No, just shut your fucking mouth. Defenders of fraud, defenders of scam operations, that's what they are.
I've been able to take home massive profits as a result. Now, over the last year, I've been using a simple and easy to follow system to spot asymmetric trades in my own account, and I've been able to take home massive profits as a result.
Yeah, that's why you're spending all your time making YouTube videos and holding seminars to get people to buy your bullshit. Simple, easy way, massive profits, right? Why would you teach people your simple and easy way to make massive profits after all? The more people that know your secret system, the less money you're going to make. The reason why, the answer is because it's a fraud. He's a liar. It should be obvious, folks. These people are complete frauds. Every person that promotes trading, day trading, stock trading, penny stock trading, they promote that as a means to make a lot of money. They're a fraud. Absolute fraud. All of them. Show me somebody. You tell everybody. Everybody. Options trading, scam. Forex trading, scam. Okay? Show me someone who thinks they're qualified. You know more than me? No, you don't. You're a fucking rookie. You don't know shit. You're defrauding people. Stop it. All these people are frauds, folks. They are frauds. Okay? Once again, anyone who claims they're making all these profits trading, why isn't he showing us? Show me the fucking transactions, third-party audited. Not one day, not 1 month, one year. Every fucking year. Show me the full track record. Show me the audited, every transaction. Show me. You'll never see it happen. You know why? Because they're liars and they're frauds. Okay? All these guys. Every single one. Now you understand, folks? And I've got a little secret for you people. I came across somebody recently, by the way, has contacted me and sent me evidence pertaining to CoffeeZilla. I'll get to this in the future. I've got emails of an exchange where CoffeeZilla, and CoffeeZilla decided, I think Patrick Boyle, being the e-beggar, the desperate loser e-beggar that he is, begging for money because he's flat fucking broke. So he sold his soul on YouTube, making stupid videos, right? Misrepresenting who he was. He probably contacted CoffeeZilla and said, "Oh, I'll talk about traders." And you see, go look at the video. Patrick Boyle doesn't call him out. He doesn't slam him down like I am. And I'm slamming him down because I know what the fuck's going on. Patrick Boyle tried to trade and failed. Okay? Patrick Boyle just wanted the fucking attention to get subscribers. Even though he misrepresented who he was. A former hedge fund manager, not a current one. Okay? So, CoffeeZilla could have had me slam these motherfuckers down. In fact, he had a chance to, as I found out recently, potentially. I'm going to go into that in the future, and you're going to see more about what this piece of shit's all about. He's about protecting the crime syndicate. Okay? It doesn't end with promoting Tom Nash, as he did, the fraudster Tom Nash. It doesn't end with promoting the liar, Patrick Boyle, who misrepresented himself, who didn't really come out and smack down this whole trading genre, which is full of scams. There's more to it, folks. Once again, everyone that's monetized their channel on YouTube is a scam artist. Write it down. They are whores for scammers. They are whores for YouTube. They are involved in criminal operations. That's right. That's a fact. Write it down. You tell them all. You go on every fucking channel, and post these comments on all these motherfuckers. Everyone. Spread the fucking news. The monetization scam on YouTube.
Over the last year, I've been using a simple and easy to follow system to spot asymmetric trades in my own account, and I've been able to take home massive profits as a result. Now, over the last year, I've been using a simple and easy to follow system to spot asymmetric trades in my own account, and I've been able to take home massive profits as a result. And in 2 days, this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, August 15th, I plan on sharing everything I know with you about how to use this protocol to capture volatility, both to protect your account from real risk and increase your gains. This is your last chance to sign up. I know you're going to love it. Click the link in the description.
Somebody please go. I was going to go. I was going to sign up and record it. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I've got to meet my supermodel girlfriend, my young, beautiful supermodel girlfriend, for coffee here when this is going to be, when this thing is going to be going on. So, yeah, I can't do it.
Description below to sign up, submit your name and email. And the only thing I ask is that you show up 12 minutes early, because with so many people registered for this event, everybody tries to get in right at the last second. It could cause some tech.
Folks, you all need to organize. Okay, I showed you how to get into Felix's bullshit, and I showed you people need to start organizing and going into their fucking rooms and just hammering these people, calling them out. Okay, calling them out. Post this video in those live chats, in those webinars. Tell people this guy's a fucking scammer. Post my videos in there. Wake people up. Go into their little live bullshit. Go into this thing. It's here in a few hours. Okay? Go into this thing. call this motherfucker out. Post this video. Post the videos on this guy. Okay? This guy's a fraud. He's defrauding people. He's a scammer. He's lying to people. He's a piece of shit. He's no different than Meet Kevin, all these other guys. They're all scammers. Hormozy, you're a fraud. All these people, folks. I'm telling you, YouTube, as much of a criminal operation as it is, I mean, I thought it was a criminal operation 10 years ago. Today, it's a billion times worse. It seems like almost everybody's a fucking guru now on YouTube. It's like ClickBank. You all know ClickBank? ClickBank is a fucking affiliate scam site that does nothing but promote scams. YouTube has become the video version of ClickBank.
Issues for people trying to get in. So just show up early. Click.
The next 3 months will be the massive opportunities in asymmetric trade. I mean, this guy, he reads some fucking stupid asymmetric trade. You don't even know what you're talking about, you stupid idiot. Stop defrauding people.
The link. The knowledge and the financial education, 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 the knowledge and the financial education.
There you have it, folks. I mean, seriously, these people got to be stopped. This has got to be stopped. This has got to stop. Okay? And once again, their videos are put into the algorithm. You know why? Because guess who's going to advertise on their videos? More trading scam artists. You got it? That's what's put in the algorithm. How much money YouTube can make. And they're making the most money when they advertise for the scammers. You got it? A channel that shows you how to grow flowers ain't going to have a trading ain't going to have trading advertisements on there. You understand?